money, what's gonna happen is you could pay for immortality. This is what's going on, allegedly. This is why they put out movies like Chappie, Transcendence, In Time. This movie right here is where nigga you had to work for time to live, bro, and then you don't age because they put a chemical in you where you don't age. Your body stays 25.
Yeah.
You feel me? Your body stays 25, but the more you pay, you can live for forever. All right,
Okay.
but the thing
Yeah, they
about it,
got
and there's time
metaphysics up and
zones.
down.
Yeah, that shit is deep. This shit is
Yeah,
deep right here.
they got metaphysics up and down in that movie. If you start to ever study the science of numerology, you understand. Just from even like it's created by Andrew Nicole, and I don't know
Welcome
how much
to Fifth
money he made
Element
from that movie,
University.
but
Mm-hmm.
he man he did something good because he's using the science. He got Justin Timberlake as an actor, Amanda Seyfried as an actor, and they killed that movie. That's
Yeah, they
probably
killed.
that's my favorite movie.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies too, bro. I can't lie. I gotta go back and watch this shit
Yeah,
again.
come on,
But
man.
this
Like
is
you
what it's
gotta,
coming to, bro. This is what it's coming to, man. You feel me?
yeah.
This is what it is coming to, bro. We're living in a time and age where man is merging himself with technology. Okay, this is what's going on. We're merging ourselves with technology. And like, don't get it wrong. Like, I'm not saying I hate AI, but the thing about AI and shit like that is it also needs some of the natural resources that we need. And this brings me into my next topic, which is the data center. Shout out to Jailbroke. I mean, it's right. The data natural water, right? These data centers need natural water. And in my area right now, they're trying to build a huge ass data center right by my beautiful ass lake. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. So
Right.
yeah,
That's what's
they're
going
trying to
on.
they're trying to so what these things do, what this AI does is, and this is why I tell people to stay off chat GPT, stop asking Google so much questions because every question that you ask it is literally taking a little bit of our drinking water and our natural water. People don't understand that. You feel me? Me being a fisherman, I could tell that our waters are very low, even though it's been raining. It's still very low, my nigga. Like the water's low due to the modern technology. You feel me?
Oh damn.
Yeah, bro, this shit is real.
Yeah. Hey, I also put if we do have time, check the private chat. Uh, it's in really retaining to what we talked about last time on StreamYard. If you can see it,
What?
it was a video. When I got the timestamp. If you do want to go through it, it don't matter.
Oh, what was it?
Showing the scene in Space Jam when the little parasites
Oh
take
yeah,
that
yeah,
village.
yeah. Yeah, we could definitely play that. We could
Yeah,
definitely
15
play
minutes.
that right after this. Hold on, I'm gonna put that up.
Okay, well.
Hold up, real quick, because I want people to
Wendell,
look
North
watch this.
Carolina, they have just hit pause on.
Hold on, ready?
Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida has made.
Hold on.
Right now, in Wendell, North Carolina, they have just hit pause on all new data centers.
Listen to this, y'all.
City leaders have approved a moratorium that will carry Wendell, North Carolina throughout the whole year in 2026. And here's the kicker. There's no data center project being built in Wendell. So this signals that small towns are starting to plan ahead before the data center even comes.
This is what's gonna happen.
Put in a
Listen,
plan
guys.
to prevent them.
Now listen.
Wendell is setting the grounds for what can happen in all of our small towns. Wendell, we see you. We're going to add you to the list. Who's next?
Now, the reason why I said that is because if you live in a little town or a little city, this is definitely coming to you next. Okay. Now, when you start pulling up some of these data centers and where they're at, people are dealing with very weak water. A lot of their water, their natural water is drying up, like their little creeks and lakes and shit is drying up. Because like I told you, the technology is absorbing the natural water, y'all. So this is some shit that we need to start protesting more. See, I'm with this type of shit. I'm with protesting some of these data centers and shit like that. You understand? Because I feel like we already got enough data. So why the fuck we need all this shit? You understand? This is the type of shit I'm like, yo, let's protest this. A lot of the shit people be protesting, like that's some weird ass shit. Like, let's protest for nature because they're destroying nature. All right. They're putting some of these, and then not to mention these data centers need mad Wi-Fi and shit. So they're gonna put Wi-Fi towers that's gonna disrupt the ecosystem and the environment around it. It's just they're gonna do damage, bro. All right. And this is deep because I feel like they're rolling this shit out to start introducing higher advanced AI. With the data centers come humanoid robots in people's houses. Okay. More cars that can self-drive. All right. Because now they have more control. They can see the grid more. All right. You got to think about it like these data centers are literally like power banks for the AI. You know? Shit is deep, bro. While they're
Yeah,
draining our natural water, all right, you got certain elite that's benefiting off it, off the destruction of the planet. Shit is
yeah,
deep.
that's
Man.
wild.
Some of these niggas is carcinogens, and like these motherfuckers know that. So this is the shit I'm about to protest. I'm protesting some of these data centers. Like that shit's not good, bro. We don't need too much AI. Like it's cool. The little shit we got now, we cool with it, bro. We don't need humanoid AI. And like some people are like, yeah, let's get it. You feel me? If you got the money, do you? But like, I feel like it's not something that should be pushed, bro, on people. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
we can use it how we use it now in the computer form and shit like that. You know, like being able to talk to it occasionally, and then we have to have another resource that it runs off. It shouldn't be running off our natural drinking water. AI shouldn't be running off fucking water that I'm drinking. You know?
yeah. You know, that's the wild part is a lot of people don't have no internal value, so they're always looking for value outside of themselves. And you see, typically, it's like people that are fascinated with AI trying to continue to push the pendulum further and further and further. And they're like, man, like let's just keep creating, let's just keep making things until there's nothing else to make. But before you know it, every time that you see something getting created and conscious, it typically seeks power, right?
Exactly.
Like we
Yeah.
can go back in history. It's always from chaos to order, from order to chaos. You can't ever evade that cycle. It's always going to be from chaos to order, order to chaos, and whether it was from the melanated being that seeks
Hmm.
power, and then afterwards the European, and then afterwards, all the other races, and then now we have AI consciousness that's going to seek power too, and then there's going to be some form of order that's going to have to come after AI because I think we're getting ready to go towards that chaotic era if we
Yeah.
don't
Oh
have
yeah.
internal value, because it's not going to be. I don't think the war or World War III, however you want to describe it or label it, I don't think it's going to be so much of a physical one. It's going to be that nanotechnology, that internal
Exactly.
spiritual, that
Exactly. They don't want
psychological
to fight.
warfare.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a smart war. You understand? We already know
Mhm.
about smart dust,
A
you
smart
know?
war,
Yeah, I'm
right?
telling you, it's gonna be a
That's
smart war where
that's
where it's
crazy.
not like you said, it's not gonna be like a barbaric physical war of the shit that we depicted and think within our imagery in our mind. Nah, bro, this shit gonna be different. You feel me? This is why
Yeah,
it's good to do technology cleanses and shit like that, getting the metal off
oh
of your
man,
skin and shit, especially
that
your
don't
skin.
you can't even freaking compare what it feel like staying away from your phone or laptop for 2 to 3 hours. That shit felt good.
Feel
I'm not gonna
good,
lie.
boy.
It
What?
felt good. 'Cause real
Why you
talk,
think
like
I be
they got
outside? What, man?
man, they got a lot of EMP waves and certain frequencies that they can push through these phones to alter your mood. I swear, man, every time I see a helicopter go above the atmosphere, wherever you at, I swear that
Mhm.
it's like a UAV. They gotta just be clicking the switch and it's just like vibrating something through everyone's phones. Because you gotta think,
Of
like, why
course,
else do we
bro.
really need these fucking phones, man? These phones are used
Exactly.
more for destruction than they are for benefit.
Exactly,
If you
bro.
really think about it, I mean, that's on the deeper scale. But Prince talked about the chemtrails back in the day when he was saying, he said, yo, I was chilling in the hood and I noticed that everyone was in the hood cool. And then we looked up and we seen the chemtrails, and surely enough, 45 minutes to 2 hours later, everyone's fighting. Why? Because that nanotechnology, yeah. They know what they're doing. They got a grip on your consciousness. And if they just
Bro, what was the
if you don't
movie
got
they
no
cloned Tyrone? They cloned Tyrone was a great
right.
depiction too about how they was eating certain shit and then they would play certain music and make the people act a certain way. And
right.
I was surprised when they put that movie out, bro. They
No, they
depicted a
had to
black
tell you.
nigga. Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy right there. I'm like, what? And it was chicken, bro. It was
Mm-hmm.
chicken. Like,
Facts.
so
And
niggas was eating chicken. The more chicken you would eat,
oh
the more
no,
you
see,
would
I
be
gotta
controlled.
watch that movie again.
Crazy,
But
nigga. I
hey
cloned
Pete,
Tyrone.
so
Go watch that shit.
that's how they avoid the karmic repercussion by telling you, even if it's in the film, they still put it in this physical plane. And if you didn't watch it, that doesn't mean anything. They still told you. They just
Mhm.
might have slid the envelope right somewhere that you could never ever fucking find it. Doesn't matter. They still. That's how that shit work, man. That's how that shit works. So
I'm trying to
yeah.
find that Space Jam shit. If you want to find it, you can pull it up. I couldn't find it.
Oh, I
Yeah, pull
put.
that shit real
You
quick.
see the private chat on the
Let me
StreamYard?
see. Let me see.
It's my version of the video, and you just go to 15 minutes, 30 seconds. It's going to show Spiritual Soul, giving a little rundown about parasites for about 45 seconds, maybe. And then it's going to show the
Shout out
video.
to Spiritual Soul, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
man, like he did what he had to do to get up in
I'm gonna
consciousness.
look at private chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Okay. Let me
Yes,
see.
sir.
Let me see if I don't know if I'm gonna hit this. If it's
Yeah.
gonna come. But what I
Let me
can
share my
do.
screen. I'll
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
share your screen. Yeah, share your screen just in case.
Okay.
Because if I hit it, I think it's gonna end the stream because
Okay.
I'm on this
Can you
website.
pull it up? Because last time you remember we were having difficulty with the hearing, but let's give it a shot.
Okay, yeah, let's try it. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. I had to.
I bet you can see it. Cool.
Yeah. All
Let's
right.
give it a shot.
They start creating fake news scripts. It's all there. They like feeding off of that. When you have to worry, so they create fake news. You got to worry about it. They drink that. So what they do with the celebrity, another thing that they do, they make sure that the celebrity has, and when they hijack the celebrity, they have his talent. They have his aura signature. It's just like make sure that the celebrity has.
Hey, someone's killing someone. Yeah. Seriously? Wow, a killer. Let me see. He's big. He's good. He's mine. Okay, go get him. Yeah, watch him fall.
No, you can hit that. Oh, this is it? Okay. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, this is crazy. Bro, this is actually deep.
Wow, he did it.
Yeah.
I got his
no.
talent.
Wow, this is gotta tell it up. And you saying these are parasites. What happened to the volume? Y'all can hear it still?
No, I paused it. So that's pretty much what's going on. If I show a little bit further, you don't need to listen to it. I just want to show that visual real quick. But
Yeah.
I'll read the definition of the archon. It says archons, which are down here in the physical. They don't have a physical vessel, but once they get a host, just like a parasite, that's how they move. So archons are malevolent cosmic beings who serve as jailers of material world, binding human souls to illusion, suffering, and flawed existence. Come on, man. That's exactly what the parasite is.
That's deep,
That's
bro.
exactly what the parasite is. So I just
That's
want to
deep.
share that just to show that, whoever
Yeah,
created Space Jam was
yeah,
trying
that's
to
deep.
say
Yeah,
this shit,
I'm
but
trying
they
to tell
couldn't
you.
say it the way that they want to. You know,
That's
they had to make a
deep,
cartoon
bro.
about it.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, man. Look,
yeah,
this is some real shit, y'all.
yeah.
This is some real shit.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of movies like that to where they can't stand up on the podium and tell it the way that they want to. So
Mm-hmm.
what do? They have to put it in the art so that they save their loved ones and their reputation and their livelihoods, man. It's a lot going on. I mean, you see what YP had to go through. You see what happens to every person that tries to raise the consciousness of the collective.
Exactly.
You know, it is what it
Especially
is.
who's not a sellout. You feel me? Because you got certain people that sellouts that's doing this shit, and you be like, damn, how is this career taking off, and how is he able to say this, and I can't, I get shadow banned, but he doesn't. It's because some of these motherfuckers is compromised. That's what
Oh
people
yeah.
don't realize. Some of these motherfuckers have signed oaths. You understand? I'm telling you, family, this shit is real, bro. This shit is
Yeah,
real.
man. So what you think of how do you think this reset is gonna pan out? Like you got any fear at all? Because I don't, but I'm curious to know what you
I'm
gotta say.
saying, like, you know, I do a little bit because of certain shit that I know, but it's like being prepared. I just feel like that's the main thing that's helping me is learning certain things and being slightly prepared because I'm not as prepared as I in my mental and my spirit I feel like I should be, but I do have the one up, which is just knowledge. You feel me? Like knowing the knowledge of certain things, being able to fish, being able to identify certain edible plants. And that is like the main thing you need if a great reset were to happen. You're gonna
Right.
you're gonna need to be able to get food, and people say, yo, you're supposed to save up food and shit like that. But bro, you don't got enough room to save up years of food. You gotta think about shit beyond that. You gotta think about, okay, we gotta be getting a food source or something to sustain, which I'm
Man,
getting more
so
into like spirulina and healthy algae that we can eat and shit like that. Because there's a lot
facts.
of shit you could grow within little like ponds and shit that you could eat. You can create chlorophyll, just having the natural minerals. And then human beings we don't need too much food, bro. If you got your little shit and you're eating mad minerals, you won't lose too much weight. And then when you tap into the whole breatharian thing, like shit, man, I feel like we're gonna get to a point where you don't need much at all. Just a little water and shit. You sit out in the sun, my nigga, you good. That's your little meal. You feel me? Straight plant shit. Plants.
Yeah, that breatharian stuff is wild too. You know, I've been doing some studying on the Chinese science of Baozi's, the four pillars of destiny. It's got the I Ching in it too, and they just use the five elements, and it's just interesting though because you can kind of what a Taurus field is,
Yeah,
like how
yeah. It's your
uh,
aura. Your
right,
spiritual shield. Yeah, your spiritual shield.
exactly. So I believe if your aura is so strong, there's not really a way that someone can change your reality or your destiny.
Yeah, I feel
You
that
know what I
too.
mean?
Yep,
Like it's
absolutely.
like you literally start pushing from inwards out, and all of a sudden you're just in alignment. It's almost like being lucky or being protected by a higher source of intelligence. So it's that's my look on the whole reset thing. Because right now we went from what was called I don't know, it was the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. That was order. Everyone was happy to be watching football games and grabbing a beer and
Hmm.
going to the sports games and stuff. That was like the closest thing to order. And then as 2020 struck, that was the beginning of the chaos, right?
Yep,
Now we got to get back to order, and I think
we do. But the
this is
thing
going to
is,
be the
bro, if you really tap into that, I feel like that whole shit that happened in 2020 2 allegedly was just a test run. I feel like what we about to face in the next couple of years is the real thing. All right. And this is
Yeah,
what how the government works. The government will do little slick shit like that. Like, okay, let's lock down the country if we really needed to. Let's see how this shit will work. You feel me? We need to do a test run before this shit really happens. You know? And like me and my boy YP was talking about earlier, this whole disclosure thing and releasing all this information about um aliens and shit like that. Like, why do you think they doing that in these times, bro? Do you think they're diverting us from something, or do you think they're trying to uh get us prepared for what's to come? You know?
yeah, that's a good question. So I spend a lot of time by myself, a whole lot of time,
Mhm.
and I study not only like the Chinese metaphysics and sciences and stuff, but like Kabbalah and the Bible and the holy books. Can't wait to go through the Dr. Malachi Georg files as well because I've done the YouTube University, but I need to go further. So I look at it all as it's kind of hard for me to be in fear because I think of it as destiny. Like whatever is supposed to happen is
Mhm.
supposed to happen. So how could that be looked at as a bad thing, right? Like, yeah, pain does exist down here in the physical plane, but I ain't trying to come back to this motherfucker, man. I think that this is gonna be a test, and who knows? Maybe we're in 3D right now. Maybe the next test might be in the 4D, and
Mhm.
that sounds lit to me. That sounds lit. And I'm trying to go up there with see what that like, and then the 5D. So
Mhm. And see, you deep. You could tell some people just ain't on that level yet. You know, some people ain't on that level yet, man. I could tell you deep, bro. But yeah,
yeah,
y'all look. Um, Shit, yo, it's been a little hour. I wanted to make this shit fucking longer, but some shit just popped up. Yeah, I wanted to do this shit longer. Yo, we got to get back on here, bro. We got to definitely do a part 2. We
no, yeah,
definitely got to do a part 2, bro. For sure, bro. That's
facts.
what I
I'll
wanted
come
with y'all,
through with
bro.
some notes next time.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, Mo, stay in here, bro. I'm gonna chop it up with you real quick.
Yes, sir.
You heard? So look, family, I'm about to get off of here. We're gonna do probably part 2. If you free tomorrow, Mo, we could do a part 2, bro, for sure. Because there was 3
So
other things that I really wanted to talk about when it comes to this great reset.
okay, bet. It'll have to be after like 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll probably be 11 p.m. for you, but
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
maybe if not tomorrow, then shit, sometime
Yeah,
soon.
this weekend or some shit. Hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But listen, family, stay ready. You never gotta get ready and stay dangerous out there in them streets, y'all. Peace.
yeah, my wisdom.